folks, this is Jay with today's Jay's Tip of the Day. Now, if you don't know by now, these tips of the day are going to be mostly revolving around firearms or the use of force. But every once in a while, I'm going to throw something a little bit different in. Today, I want to talk about the United States military. Now, I'm 45 years old and I have some friends that their children are of the age and they're thinking about joining the military. Now, I personally served in two branches of the military. I was in the Navy for 3 years and I also served in the Army for 6. So I had the privilege of serving in two different branches. Now, unfortunately, I had the bad experience of when I was 17 years old and joined the military the first time with the Navy. The recruiter just flat out lied to me and would sell me anything just for me to sign on the dotted line. So I ended up joining the Navy. I was an aircraft carrier as a undesignated sailor, and that means I was literally screwed. So when I showed up on the naval ship, they just put me whatever job they needed. Luckily, it was aviation ordnance, and I was able to learn how to build bombs and missiles. Now, that skill is not marketable when I discharged out of the military, so I literally wasted 3 years of my life sitting on an aircraft carrier building bombs and missiles. The second time I joined the military, I joined the Army. At least this time when I went down to MEPS, which is the Military Enlisted Processing Center, I let that guy know what job I wanted. In the Army, it's called the MOS. And I told that guy that I want this job, which was military police, and I wanted this unit, and that was it, or I was going to walk. So I learned the hard way the first time, but the second time, I didn't let them pull any baloney on me, and I got the job I wanted and the place I wanted to be stationed. So if any of my friends who have kids or come of age, it's very important that you sit them down and you decide on what branch of service you want to go into, whether it be the Army, the Navy, the Air Force, or the Marines. Now, if I had to do it all over again, I would have joined the Air Force. I don't know what happened, how I got sidetracked to the other branches. Now, nothing against the Marines, the Navy, the Army, but it just seemed to me like every Air Force person I met, they were happier with that branch of service. I had the privilege of going onto an Air Force base once. I think it was Patrick's Air Force Base when I was with the Army. And the first thing I noticed is when I went to the chow hall, when I put my tray out there and I was looking for some cook to slap those green scrambled eggs on my tray, I was caught off guard when the Air Force cook behind the counter asked me how I wanted my eggs. I literally was just floored. I asked him, what do you mean how I want my eggs? Aren't they supposed to be clumpy and green like the Army serves? And he said, no, this is the Air Force and we're not like the Army. We give you what you want. So I looked around at the other sergeants and I said, well, hook a brother up with an omelet. And he hooked me up with an omelet. So I kind of figured out then, well, maybe I joined the wrong branch. Again, this is no disrespect to anybody else who's served in the Marines, the Army, the Navy, whatever. When you're trying to figure out what branch of service your children want to serve, the most important thing is not only figure out what branch that you want to serve in or your children want to serve in, but to pick a job that is marketable when they get out of the service. Very important. Please find a job that will help you when you get out. So take this to heart, folks. Make the right decision for your children. Thank you. And what's Jay's motto? Prepare the battlefield for success.